find out before you start recording.
Alright, back to cleaning synthetic rope. Placing utility sink with water and detergent, scrub with bristle brush. Can use a mesh bag to soak rope, rinse thoroughly. Rope washing device, bristle lined plastic tube with garden hose. Rope is manually fed through the device. Multi-direction streams of water and removes mud and surface debris. Cannot be used with detergent. Does not address deep cleaning problems. Washing machine, place rope in a mesh bag if you're going to do it. Set washing to the coolest temperature. Use small amount of detergent. Can be used to rinse rope. Rope cleaned with a high pressure washer. Cleaning natural fiber ropes. Wipe or gently brush to remove dirt and grit. We're not using water on these, so we don't want to mildew. Dry rope if it gets wet. Sweat is dry. Review questions. How should synthetic fiber and natural fiber ropes be washed and dried?
In a washing machine?
Hot water, detergent, scrub with a brush, and dry thoroughly and immediately.
Make sure it's dry.
And natural fibers, we don't want to use any water, so that would be the big difference there. But yeah, mild soap, detergent on the synthetic fiber ropes, warm water. We can use some bristle brush tips on the natural fiber ropes, rub some of that stuff off of there. Rope logs, here we go. Information to include in your rope log: product label, identification label, manufacturer's instructions, purchase date, use, maintenance and inspection information, incidents that result in impact loading. So anytime you have a major incident, and you find that you got a big snap of the rope, you don't want that. You want to have that purchase date on there so you know how old your rope is. This is for each individual rope that you have that you use for life safety. The usage, any maintenance that you've done to the rope, so everybody knows. You know, it's just like a pass down in the morning. Make sure everybody knows what's going on with that rope. Rope log helps maintain or helps determine when ropes should be removed from service. May be stored at the station or in rope bags, not required for utility rope. So it's only for life safety rope. Any of those ropes, just keep that log. What information do we record in the rope log?
Usage.
Manufacturing.
Maintenance. Rope storage. Clean, dry, unheated area with circulating air. Protected from weather, sunlight, chemicals, fumes, and vapors. Not in the same compartment as gasoline-powered tools. That's a good one. So if you ever see some rope that you're using, especially for life safety, even natural, it's going to tear up any rope. So you don't have it in any compartments with gas-powered tools. Best method is to store in a rope bag. Rope bag helps protect the rope. That's a good practice. What is the proper method for storing a rope?
Not with gasoline powered.
Describe how webbing is used, or learning objective number 4, we're going to describe how webbing is used, inspected, maintained, and stored. So webbing is a lot like rope. You guys know, we use it a lot. So. Webbing, life safety and utility practices for it. Piece of material, ladder belt, loop, rescue harness, or some of the things you might find. Flat webbing versus tubular webbing. Webbing inspection, maintenance, and storage. Follow the same guidelines for synthetic rope. For webbing, always follow manufacturer's instructions. Roll or daisy chain long ones for storage. How is webbing generally utilized in the fire service? You guys know? What's that?
Drags.
Drags. Yeah, so usually a lot of life safety purposes. Usually first day you come on, you meet an older guy, he always says one of the first things, and it's usually a good thing, it's what he says, get you a nice piece of webbing, and, it can be your lifeline, and it definitely can be, so it's definitely a good thing to have in your gear. See what else they got to say about it. knots about it. Identify types of knots is our learning objective number 5. Parts of a rope when tying knots: the running part, free end of hoisting or pulling; standing part, sections between working and running in. Working end used to tie a knot or a hitch. Right, so if we demonstrated on this, go through here. Pull a rope. Gotta make sure we're safe first. Safety glasses on. Should be our working in, right? Tie a knot here. We'll pitch this thing up. There's tougher with gloves on, but we can get it. Alright, so you're running in, you're working in. Tie safety. That's kind of how that would go. So use your running in, your running part, be free, it doesn't have your safety on it, use that to hoist, pull that tool up. So like I said, form that knot first, tighten the knot until it's snug, so we got that knot nice and snug. Remove the slack, dress that knot up, make it nice and neat. And you want to get it, didn't put a safety in it, but we did put a safety on it, working in. Always have a safety, tying overhand safety or hitch if necessary, it's always necessary. 90% of the time, 94. Fire service knots, be easy. Suitable knots must be easy to tie and untie, be secure under load. Reduce rope strength as little as possible. Alright, so got some different things here to do. We got a bite, a loop, and a round turn. Bites and loops we use all the time, right? Bites you'll find it on your figure eights, which is one of the knots we're going to have to do here in a minute. Loop, find on like your bowls, things like that, round turn. From here, we're going to take a little break, take 10 minutes, come back, and we'll go over some of these knots and how to perform these knots. We'll have to do it on a practice. Okay? So you guys got 10 minutes, it's 3:10, we'll come back at 3:20. Use the restroom, get a drink.
He's doing really good teaching skills. Did you see the I'm responding to come up for last week? When you look at the secondary camera. Pretty much sums everything up.
It's fine, I don't know, let me know.
I'll give you,
I can tell you what they were.
it's easier for the reports, there's a lot of stuff I can look.
Yeah, we have little new those coins boxes.
That's a good question.
Probably very careful.
I really don't want to be.
What if we all just go out there and just time?
Well, we are experts in all trades, let you know. Brittany, I apologize.
For what?
I didn't know that you wanted to cut down trees earlier.
Okay. Who said that?
Well, the look on your face did.
No, I was just watching you guys struggle.
The only reason I was struggling was because that chain was a piece of junk.
Ethan kept binding his chain.
I know he did.
Because he was making his relief cut, then he was cutting through his relief cut.
Yeah.
That chain is very dull.
Which one? His or mine?
This is very dull.
And I took and cut through the entire tree in a second.
Yeah.
Dude,
Did you see the chain I took off mine, or that came off mine? Because I finally got it to cut through one of the big branches. And, well, I actually didn't because I was cutting. And I make it with like that much left in the branch. The branch didn't even move and the chain just goes because of how dull it was. It just wasn't,
Oopsies.
it wasn't doing it. You know, all that stuff that Amy had us ordered because she needed it all, still sitting there.
What did she order that from?
Free sweatshirts, all sorts of
For
shirts
herself?
for herself. In all different sizes.
does NTFS have, do they have like the outlines?
Are they
of
just
what their
t-shirts?
classes have to hit?
Sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts, short and long sleeve.
For what?
With their courses and things they have to cover in order to become the actual certified course.
Yes, go to the website. And then you go to each of the class requirements, and it will tell you what it all entails.
I'm trying to challenge it. Reciprocity.
Did you already try that? Then how you know it doesn't, they don't cover it, cover it.
Well, it sends their patient a certification. So hey, well, it's for you, so nobody will accept their classes, so I was gonna,
Why? Just for what?
no. I was gonna get
Who did you
their
ask?
course outline, I was gonna take my course outline.
Who did you ask?
The dude check me. His name. Greg Landwehr. L-A-N-D-W-H-R.
Apparently the easiest way to debone a rotisserie chicken is by putting it in a plastic bag and
Shaking
just,
the crap out of it.
yeah, just like mushing it all up and shaking it around.
Works amazing.
I didn't even know that.
They originally
It's actually
were
really
just
smart.
inherit. He
I had Hudson
forwarded
do it.
to that right back.
To help me with dinner, because he wanted to help, so I told him to shake the chicken.
Oh.
And he said, "Me shook it, and bones is in there." Hey Zach,
Poor guy.
for barriers to care on her report, should I put unsupervised?
That was for you.
I've been trying really hard to be on my best behavior. I'm not even talking about Apparently.
Right now. Are you talking about moisturizing? Moisturizing accessories.
Should I put unsupervised? Because that's why she refused to go to the hospital, because she didn't want to be left unsupervised.
Sure.
I don't know if that's what that means. Unattended or unsupervised, including minors.
Yeah, she will be unsupervised.
The top comment is, I just hope she doesn't have to cook yet.
Oh, son of a gun. We gotta swim back by her house, right?
Why?
And that's what the signature. I'm joking. I'm just gonna.
She
put it
asked me
up.
what my name was. I considered giving her a fake name.
She said she wanted your card.
My card?
Uh-huh.
What does that even mean?
Your business card. I think it's literally in the phrase.
That's the lady that you got mad at that one night because of her gas appliances, isn't it?
The lack of gas supply.
Yeah.
Yes. I think what she was smelling was probably the construction vehicles that were doing construction at the house that was out her door, over the fence, through that big lot at that house. I think
You know, like 700 years away.
I think the wind was blowing that way, and that's what she was smelling. Cincinnati woman, 23, shot dead by friends during a game of Russian roulette.
Alright guys, let's wrap up those breaks.
I got cat.
Brandon. Delaney. Alright, here we go. So types of knots, anybody know what this knot is? Low pitch. What's the thing right here?
Safety.
Overhand safety. Alright, let's practice the close pitch. Does anybody need to practice the close pitch?
I think we all need it.
Yeah, let's all practice it. We got 4 chairs here. Everybody bring your safety glasses and your gloves, put your gloves on. And we'll all come up here one by one, or we'll all come up here at once. All go up.
I took my glove back to the shop.
Oh, I did too.
Okay.
So my,
Alright, so we'll wait on Delaney and then get back to their.
Why don't we do 2 sets of 2?
Yeah, that's fine. Or, I mean, there's enough handles here. The plan is to just wrap it around this handle, just like you'll wrap it around that handle, so. Everybody just pick a side of the handle. If you wanna do it now, then do it, you don't have to wait. Make that X, come back up, follow through, make sure you leave yourself enough slack when you're working in. Tie your safety at the end. Pull it under, you can tie it on itself, or if you want to do it. So looks like that. and come back out the other way. That's the subject retention license.
Because Brandon's here.
There's still one.
Don't forget your coat.
Got it. Good.
All right.
Yeah, you guys are good. I think you guys got it. You need some, I got another pair up here. Would you like these? Oh, you just can't fit them on your regular glasses. Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
So I went under and over instead of over.
Glove nose?
You can either tie your safety here, you want it on your working end, so you can either just tie one, here, like that, so that pull that, it just doesn't come back through, or you can tie it to your, tie the safety to your running end.
Perfect.
Yeah, just like that. Move on, we'll have another. Let's see what else we got. I'm just gonna jump right into another road time. I might be able to do this one from my desk though. Alright, figure eight. It's gonna be another one. This is figure eight on a bin. It's not one of the ones that are on our practical. Figure eight on a bin, basically gonna be joining two ropes together. We'll start with the actual figure eight, so let's just start with it. Same thing, make sure you got on all your stuff. Start with the bend in the rope. Wrap it around, take it around the back, pull it back through the top, and should have a figure eight like so. Alright, figure eights. Alright, keep your figure eights. Keep your figure eights going there, and now we're going to practice following that through. So take your, so imagine this would be your working in, imagine this would be your running in. Come back around to running in. Come back in, follow your working in through if you have enough rope. If not, you might have to start over. So we're going to pass this rope around. Dress your knot. Should be able to tie safety on there. So it gets a little tricky because you might run out of rope, so make sure you leave yourself enough slack. Right? How does everybody feel about that one?
Which one are we doing for the actual?
We're gonna do, we'll have to do a figure eight, and we'll have to do a figure eight, follow through around an object, so we'll go over that too. We'll do it around an object in a second as well. Got it? Just really about not getting lost on that and follow through, really all it is. Good. Feel good about it? A little bit? Longer piece of rope.
So,
Take, make this up. This is a little, so your safety's gonna be around the back of it. Hold your loop. Come back through, back in. Pull up. So there's your figure eight. I don't know, that you're working in, or, yeah, what's that? You might have used the wrong one for the one, so yeah, it's okay, so now you come here, come up to the top, just follow it through. You don't have to, do a safety right now, but you usually need a safety. Always do also want you to do this. We'll work on it. So with the figure eight around an object, just gonna go through that, I think next. Okay, so let's do a figure eight on a bike first. This one's pretty easy, probably the most commonly used. You're getting the ropes and knots. This is probably the most commonly used knot you get. So take your bite, wrap it around the back, or the front, pull it through the top, stretch your knot. Bottom on your sides. And then try to see. Perfect. Those smaller ropes are always harder, so if anybody wants to use this one, we're pretty good with that one. Yeah, I think sure. Any questions, just let me know. So I think on that one, on the sheet, I think it does, I think you give me the safety on the figure eight on the bike. Figure eight. Figure eight on the bike is safety. Yeah, so just make sure tie safety, it's pretty much any knot you tie, you need safety. Water knot, just say you need webbing. It's not one that we learn a lot in fire school, so it's usually a more technical knot, but it's a good knot. Usually, basically, it's just to connect two pieces of webbing. You want to kind of take one end of your rope. We'll use rope, you can use either one. Just make like an overhand safety, basically, what you're going to do. You know, flip it upside down after you make your safety, make your knot. So, make a loop on one end. Take that running in, come back through your loop from the back, and pull it through. Make sure you have a little overhand safety looking knot there. Yep, little pretzel. Now you're going to take that running in, and you're basically going to follow it through. So imagine this is another rope, is basically what I'm saying here. Imagine this running in is another rope. Take that running in, now you're going to follow it through your working in. You're coming here, come around, come through. Make sure you leave yourself enough slack. When you're done, it should look something about like that. Should be able to tie safety on both ends. But you guys, this rope is a little shorter, so if anybody wants to practice with this one, you can do that. Good.
I use this like
You got a good water knot there though, so you got the basic concept. Pretty easy knot once you get used to it. Here in a second, show until you figure it follow through. I'll practice that one on this chair as well, and we'll do it on the chainsaw. Okay, list of common use for each of the following knots. Overhand safety, give me one.
Safety.
Alright, always needed. You gotta make sure your knots aren't slipping back to themselves and letting loose. Bow pitch,
Did you figure out how you're gonna run it?
hoisting, yeah, anything like that. Usually figure eight, just a regular figure eight.
Anchor point.
No, it's gonna be for your, yeah, it could be anchor point, I would say. So foundation knot, and it's basically used as a stopper knot, so.
Figure
There
eight,
you got a lot of rope running to the top figure eight, and then now you start over a new knot, do something else inside the rope. But a stopper knot is what we're looking for. Figure eight bend. So that was the one where we can join two ropes together, basically. Right.
Join two ropes.
Yeah. All right, let's practice the figure eight follow through real quick before we move on. Practice the figure eight follow through around an object. So. Come up here and use one of these handles if you want. Basically, I would make your figure eight. Make sure you leave yourself enough slack. Alright, you go around your object. Should look something about like that.
Looks just really close.
So you want to make that figure eight first, and then come around, just up there, come around your object, and then follow through on the other side. What's that? That's all right. It doesn't really matter how big your loop is. You don't want a lot of slack in the loop, but.
How you use the loop.
How's that? It's so hot in here, they were fogging up, so. Oh, I keep this room so hot. Yeah.
I think it's kind of chilly here.
You're weird.
Isn't it a completely separate thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was hung up to 73. It's pretty hot. I think it's down. This is taking a while to catch up.
How you doing? Good.
I just shoved my tie with close on.
Oh, you're good.
You struggle to untie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Whole thing's a little harder with gloves.
what ring is that?
Okay.
Teaches some techniques.
Was it a tie yourself?
I've been a fire sergeant for like 100 years.
much into dangers that I'm in.
Alright, here we go. Learning objective number 6, describe the procedure for hoisting various tools and equipment. Alright, so you got a lot of different things going on here. What do they call this? This guy holding on to a, anybody know?
Tagline?
Tag line, that's what we're looking for, so a tag line's gonna keep us safe, also make sure that the tool isn't getting beat up against the building or the building that we're supposed to be there protecting.
I think Madam Minister probably brought his own axe.
That would be a good idea, but sometimes we get in those sticky situations. Never hoist pressurized cylinders, we drop that cylinder, it busts, explodes, whatever's inside of it, you never know. Next thing you know, we're all in trouble. Tag lines, just what we just talked about, hoisting. So for hoisting, you wanna have a tag, so there's your tag down there. Looks like they did some kind of bowling knot with the safety. Looks like they did about the same thing on their hoist line. Carabiners, pulleys, these are when you get into a little more sophisticated ropes and knots, things that can help you run good rope systems. Are equally as essential. Like I said, we want to take care of these things. We want to get into advanced ropes, they'll beat it into your head and they'll take care of your equipment. Because this is the stuff that's going to take care of you, so you don't want to be dropping your carabiners. You don't want to be dropping your pulleys. Because one of those screws pops out or something like that. They're made for a certain reason. And to hold a certain amount of weight, you don't want to have something that's not doing its job. You got your Brucix over here, that's going to help with a lot of different things in rope as well, the more advanced you get. It's a mechanical advantage diagram. Again, it gets a little more sophisticated. You got 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 6 to 1. The higher the number, the higher the first number, the more mechanical advantage you have. Good thing to remember is like 2 to 1. If the number starts with an even, then your not in will be at the load. So if your number is even, your not in is at the load, and your pulley would be. Your not in is at your anchor point. So your not in is at your anchor point. You run to whatever your load is. That's where your pulley is. So if it's a 2 to 1, you would be hooking up your knot right here. There's your anchor. You're gonna run it down. There should be a pulley at your. It's the most basic one that you can get. It'll be a pulley at your load point. Now you're ready to pull whatever that load is. It's gonna be a little harder because it's only 2 to 1, but you shouldn't be pulling that much weight. That's your basic deal. That's what you guys have set up out there. It's gonna be for most of your patients and stuff like that. 3 to 1. Now you're pulling more weight. You just added another pulley. You added a Brucix here. It's a Z-rig. See how it makes this? They call it a Z-rig as well. You might hear them call it that. Comes down, comes back, comes here, goes there, makes a Z. So 3 to 1. Now your odd number. So your pulley is at your anchor point, and then your knot is right here at your load. You're pulling off. 4 to 1, you're getting into your big pulleys, your double pulleys. Again, 4 to 1. Now your knot's at your anchor point, and your pulleys at your load. So we're back to an even number. Does that make sense? 6 to 1, you just added another pulley. So the more pulleys, things like that, you start to add, the higher the number gets. That all makes sense. But the big one is, if somebody says gonna make me a 2 to 1, you know that your knot's gonna be at your anchor point. So I make a 3 to 1. 3 to 1, you know you're gonna start with your pulley at your anchor point. So those are 2 big differences there. Let's see. So just another mechanical advantage diagram. Looks like he's building maybe a Z-rig, that's all I can tell. I don't know what they're really trying to show me there. It's just pulleys, 2 pulleys to help each other. Clicker has started. Clicker has started working. Did I press that button? Oh man. I don't know if I pressed the button.
Clicker die?
No, I don't know if I pressed the button and started the class back up. Let's hope. I think I did. Yeah, it started. Alright, safety guidelines for hoisting tools or equipment. Balance and standing firm before hoisting. Want to make sure you got good firm balance, standing on 2 feet, ready to go. Hand over hand method, so not flipping your hands all over the place, just like when you're driving, you don't want to be twisting your hands. You want to have a nice controlled manner, lifting, pulling the rope. Edge roller, that's what they're showing right there. You can use a lot of different things for that. You don't necessarily have to use what the manufacturer made. It's basically just a piece. A lot of places will use just old hose, so like 5-inch ODH and stuff like that. They will cut some of it off and make edge rollers off of them, or even 3 inches, put it over. Basically all they're doing is protecting that rope from getting damaged by going over those sharp edges. Use a pulley system for heavy objects. Again, that's back to your 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 5-to-1, 6-to-1 systems. The more weight you have to pull, the more pulleys you may use. And the more pulleys you use, the easier it is to pull. But you're also going to start using more rope. So you got to make sure you got enough rope to finish that, whatever it is you're trying to get accomplished. Safety guidelines for hoisting tools and equipment. Work in teams when working from heights. All personnel clear of hoisting area. Avoid hoisting near electrical hazards. Secure nozzles of charged hose lines. Use tag line to control a hoisted object. Avoid hoisting if it is safer to carry the object up to stairs, ladder, or area in place. Axe, commonly hoisted equipment, axe, pike pole, ladder, hose line, power saw. So those are all things that we use a lot on the fire ground. Fortunately, a lot of us, we move so fast we forget some of the tools that we can use. Sometimes it's hard to carry all that stuff up. And we slow down and think about it. We have other tools in our toolbox that we can use to hoist and do things and get the job done if we need to. We just got to slow down and think about it. So don't forget that you can tie these knots. You're capable of tying these knots, and it's a tool we can use. List 5 safety precautions that should be taken when hoisting tools and equipment. Tagline's great.
Make sure everyone's aware that there's stuff in here.
Yeah.
Understands the balance.
It's a big one that we're looking above our heads to see, like anytime we're working aerial type devices, we're looking up to make sure. Power lines, stuff like that, over restrictions. Yep, all those things are good. Explain how ropes and knots are used during rescue and at other emergencies. Oh, that's our objective, I'm sorry. That's not a question. Life safety rope, rappelling, lifting victims and rescuers, removing victims from swift water. Never use utility rope for rescue. Utility rope to use to establish perimeter. Rope is tied to trees, signs, posts, or other stationary objects. So utility rope has a very limited base for what we do, but it is still useful. We know how to use it. There we go. We got a tag line here, search line, large area search. So KCK, we have a already pre-back set of rope we use for our large area search. Comes with some carabiners. You can tie it off to it. If we get in a big warehouse, something that's a little bigger than this, so this whole side of the building was on fire and we had to go in and search. It's ready for us to go. Something like this, it's not like your normal room in contents where you can keep somebody at the door and keep voice contact. Somebody's probably gonna have to go out and you're gonna have to cast them out on a line, and you don't person to get lost, that's where your tagline on the large area search becomes very important. It gives you a way to get back. You have to watch out for entanglement, practice with these things because they can get a little tricky, but they're definitely very useful if you make yourself a large area search. Look it up. Definitely something that's could be useful for you guys. You guys have some big warehouses around here, or something like large area search bag would be bad to have. Just gotta be familiar with it. Object stabilization. Before performing work around the object, be certain that rope or webbing and anchor points are strong enough to hold the object. Knots are tight, safety knots are in place. Attachment points are secure, personnel are clear from the stabilizing line. So right here, it's not really rope, it's more ratchet strap. We all know about that. You use ratchet straps, kind of like rope, just to stabilize an object, chains, all kind of the same. There's 3 uses of ropes other than poisoning objects.
Life safety.
Life safety.
Propelling.
Anything else? For each of the following operations, tell whether life safety rope or utility rope should be used. Propelling. Setting up scene control zone perimeters. Stabilizing a vehicle after a rollover accident. That's it. So, lifting a rescuer out of an underground space. Safety. All right. Are there any questions about any of the content that we have covered this for?
No.
All right. So now we have the practical test and the written test you got earlier. Let's do all the information is kind of fresh. We'll go over the written test, and then we'll take the written test. Okay.
Awesome.
I'm going to talk about the answers. See if you guys have any questions about what's on the test, what you might see on the test. So life safety ropes should be used to A, rescue victims, B, secure a ladder in place, C, hoist a saw to a second-story window, D, cordon off an emergency scene. You guys think? Okay, what do you think is A? Okay. Natural fiber ropes are A, resistant to mildew, mold, shrinkage, B, permitted to be used for utility applications, C, less resistance to sunlight than synthetic ropes, D, permitted to be used for life safety precautions. So this is our natural fiber ropes, something we talked about earlier. B, that would be permitted to be used for utility applications. What are you giving that answer for? What do you think? Utility. You can't use it for life safety applications. So the rest of those, to me, would be life safety applications. Which type of rope construction is used for life safety rope? A, laid, B, braided, C, curve mantle, D, braid on braid. So here we want to think about which rope we said we use the most, probably in the fire service. Yes, curve mantle, I would think that would be hard as well. What should be done if an inspection reveals that a rope has shards of glass or other foreign objects embedded in it? A, remove the rope from service and have it destroyed. B, remove the debris and document it in a rope log. C, notify the supervisor and to place the rope back in service. D, continue using the rope. So you said A, you think you can just get rid of it, destroy it?
Yep.
I would think that'd be a good answer. What should be done in order to ensure that ropes remain in a good condition? A, keep all ropes away from rust. B, paint the ends to prevent unraveling. C, coil the rope in the same direction every time. D, clean the rope with strong chemicals to remove grease.
A.
Keep away from rust. No, we don't want, I don't think that'd be right. We don't want our ropes, like they said, in the same area as other contaminated ropes. or chemicals and things like that, rust would definitely be one of those things I don't think you would shoot. Which type of webbing is commonly used for rescue applications? A, flat webbing, B, braided webbing, C, tubular webbing, D, curved webbing.
Tubular.
Yeah. Tubular webbing. C, I like that answer. Which part of the rope is used to tie a knot? I'm sorry, I didn't give you guys so many options. A, the hitch end, B, working end, C, running parts, D, running standing. Yeah. So working end would be the only one that I would see that would even make sense. Running in, I guess running parts is something running in, so it could be that, but working in sounds a little better. A blank is a bend in the knot that is created by bending the rope back on itself while keeping the sides parallel. A, loop, B, hitch, C, bite, D, round turn. Which knot is used to provide an extra level of protection when tying other types of knots? A, water knot, B, clove hitch, C, figure eight, D, overhand safety. D, because you like those overhand safeties that keep us safe. A blank knot is primarily used to attach a rope to an object such as a pipe pole or a hose line. A, clove hitch, B, figure eight, C, overhand safety, D, figure eight, bend. That's the one we used earlier, so we're tying off our clove hitch here, right? The only other one that would work possibly, I don't think it would work on a pipe pole or a hose line. It would be something like this chair or something with a handle on it. Would be the figure eight, all of it. So I'll hand out these tests. Give you guys about 10 minutes to complete that. Just write your name on it.
Since we sat down.
You guys have any questions? Just let me know. Just try to avoid any talking, anything like that until after the test.
So there must be only 5 questions.
I'll only give you guys the one side of it, so I need to staple those actually. Let me get those. Let me get those back after I have to staple them. I don't want to get you guys' answers mixed up. It's supposed to be stapled to the other side. Gotta go find a stapler. I can staple it up, I guess. I like that, I can staple it.
Yes, sir. Also, I'm at the top of this one too. Mine is-
about 7 minutes left. Let's test. Staple them up before we rest. Any questions, challenges?
I hope I passed. Maybe I need to do it.
What's the date?
Today is the 16th.
Should have already known.
She should have that marked down.
That's my point.
I haven't collected it.
Alright, I'm gonna move on to the practical portion. Just I'll call you guys up one at a time, and we will run through the 6 practical skills. Is there anybody that wants to review anything before we start on that? After you're done with your practical, go ahead and head back, start with Zach. Just make sure you got your gloves, all your stuff. We use this chainsaw to tie our knots. Remember, you're verbalizing everything to me.
It's not a chainsaw.
It's a canine.
Rotary saw, sorry.
Okay.
Alright, so, your name is Zach Martinet,
Do that too.
Yes, that is me.
date of 10/16/25.
It is.
You familiar with this tool here?
That is a tool.
Basically, first thing I'm gonna have you do is, give me a water knot with the safety. We got like 2 minutes to perform this. About a minute 45 seconds left.
I thought you said 10 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes. What do we use the water knot for?
Webbing. Two pieces together.
Alright, perfect. You go ahead and untie that knot. Just after that, you can perform an overhand safety. And what is that used for?
Safety and the other knots.
Correct. To prevent our knot from,
Come untied in this unsafe manner.
figure 8 on a pipe with the safety.
Maybe on us.
You don't need to go around an object, just a regular figure 8 on a pipe. And then what are we using figure 8 on a pipe for?
We use that for grandfather.
Alright, now I want you to just go over, if you could tell me, what the steps we will use, some things we look for, when we're cleaning. So the skill objective here is to, demonstrate the technique of inspecting, cleaning, and storing the rope in an approved fashion, as our department utilizes. So inspecting, what would you do, cleaning, storing the rope?
So inspecting every piece by pulling it out and inspecting it, looking for any damage, some chemicals, burns, charring. Looking to make sure there's no soft spots in there, no indentions.
Last one would be a clove hitch around an object with a safety. Again, what was that rope, what was that not useful?
This one's gonna be hoisting like a linear object. Anything else?
You were good, thank you. Burn.
Do you need more bags? You guys got sheets.
Zach, you're good. I think I was good.
Okay. I'll take the glasses on my road here.
Thank you. Get all those pictures. Alright. You ready? So, you familiar with this piece of equipment? Okay. You know we're gonna be using this one.
You got these?
Alright, the skill objective, the student to give the proper ropes, show the string eight. Demonstrate time, figure eight. Object, figure eight, follow through with the safety, the designated times. Does that make sense?
Yes.
First time we do is a figure eight. What is that used for?
It's a base tether knot, so it's a stopper knot.
Perfect. Alright, clove hitch around an object with the safety. Alright, what is that not used for?
Tall plates. There's a net, I guess.
Number three, figure eight, follow through with the safety around an object. I'll start your time after you get done with this. One time it's not.
Just has two things, we can start.
Oh, you're good. Take your time. I'll start your time now.
You said figure eight.
No, 2 minutes. Figure eight, follow through. Safety. What's that?
Get outside.
Yeah, you can outside. Next branch, you're gonna tie, do a water knot with the safety.
Great.
What is this line used for?
So I used to attach two pieces of wood together or make a body.
Not overhand safety, no, get that on top.
After on there. Or I just-
After, yeah, safety.
Safety is just. That would be getting out to pressure slipping.
Perfect. Figure eight on a bike with the safety. What are we using this one for?
Some kind of anchor point or. Oh.
Student given fire service rope should demonstrate the technique of inspecting, cleaning, storing the rope in an approved fashion. His or her department utilizes. Explain those steps to me.
Inspect the rope, you can go through each individual section looking for bumps and divots, looking for pieces embedded in it or too much fuzziness, shows not any cuts or tears. To each individual section, properly store it, store it in a rope bag, compartments, dry area, away from gasoline or other irritants. While you're inspecting for burns or kind of chemical residue.
If it has that, what would you do?
You'll take it out of service and tag it. And if it's deemed necessary, destroy it.
What about cleaning the rope?
Clear with a mild soap and water. Use a stick whistle brush. To dry it, you're gonna mesh bag and dry it.
You do an inspection after drawing the rope.
Yes.
All good, thank you. Delaney? Are you? Correct, glasses. Alright. Familiar with this equipment, how to use it, with the rope? Okay. Skill objective, the students should be given a fire service rope shall demonstrate the technique of inspecting, cleaning, and storing the rope in the approved fashion his or her department utilizes. Let me go ahead and explain how you do it.
And I'm gonna go section by section, make sure I feel and look at the rope, see if there's any cuts in it, anything discolored about it, any bumps, any kind of check on that. To wash it, I'm gonna make sure that if it's natural, I'm not gonna get it wet, I'm just gonna brush it off, if it's synthetic, I can wash it in the washing machine, or, just with my hands over the water. To dry it, either gonna hang it to air dry or put it in a bag and dry it.
Do you perform any more
Yeah,
inspections?
inspect it after it's dry.
Where would you put it, Mr. Dry?
Rope bag. And then if there's any problems with it, I put out a service tag and tell somebody.
Student given the proper ropes should demonstrate tying a figure eight, clove hitch around an object, figure eight, follow through around this through a safety within designated time, show 2 minutes per evolution. So, figure eight. And what would you use that for?
Stopper knot.
Clove hitch around an object with a safety. safety. What's that used for?
Tying two pieces of webbing together.
Alright. Overhand safety knot.
Securing your other knots, make sure they don't fail.
Figure it on a bite with the safety. What's that used for?
Whenever you need a loop to secure something.
Thank you. Familiar with this piece of equipment and how to use it with ropes?
This, yeah.
Student given a proper approach shall demonstrate time water not with safety figured on fire within designated times. Water not with safety.
Mhm.
How to use that knot? What do you use it for?
Tying two pieces of usually webbing or rope together.
Overhand safety knot. What do you use that for?
Extra layer of safety if the primary knot fails.
Figure eight on a light with the safety. What's that knot used for?
Attach it to an object.
figure 8. What's that used for?
The foundation of that figure 8 family.
Clovage around an object with a safety.
Stand by. Stand by again.
It's not for.
Hoist in there.
Figure 8 follow through with the safety around an object. Is that not useful?
Tying around in there too.
Student given a fire service rope shall demonstrate the technique of inspecting, cleaning, and storing the rope in an approved fashion his or her department utilizes.
I'll get the rope, I'll make sure the ends aren't frayed, I'm gonna kind of pull along that as I feel, see if there's any lumps, bumps, dents, make sure it's not excessively fuzzy, make sure there's no cuts, embedded objects, make sure there's no like burn marks where it's melted or anything like that. And then for cleaning, get to a sink with some hot water, and some mild detergent, I'd scrub it with bristles of a brush, and then dry it immediately and thoroughly. And once it's completely dried, I would store it in a rope bag using the coil method.
What if the rope is frayed or?
If it was frayed, we would take it off the truck and contact the supervisor for taking it out of service.
Now grade these tests.
What was that?
Just talking to the camera.
Oh.